Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Welcome to Flat Earth Debate Live. I'm your host Nathan Oakley, and if you are new to this channel, or you've not done so already, then be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. If you'd like to support the channel, there is a super chat that runs alongside each of these shows while they are live. There's also a PayPal, Patreon and crypto link in the info box below the video. Most importantly, if you'd like to join the discussion right here, right now, simply mute the page you are currently watching, then click the link in the info box below this video to join the panel and express your views on the nature of Earth. If you do join, please don't swear. If you do, you'll be ejected, and if you are, please don't try to rejoin the stream using sock accounts. You'll be warmly welcome back on the next stream. Please also share the show on social media. Sharing the show obviously increases the live audience, but this in turn increases the chances of a more diverse panel. So please share the show on Facebook and Twitter. And one last time, if you're new to the channel or you've not done so already, how dare you, then be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. Now we are joined by Chocolate Sane, Quantum Eraser, who else we got? Adam Meakin, Tim, The One, Righteous Force. That's we got 10th Man. Did I miss anybody? Paul? I think that's everybody. How you all doing?
Good.
Doing well.
We also have Mr. Tim Osmond.
Tim Osmond's a little cuck boy, man. He's a little flat earth debate cuck boy. What's up, guys?
Yeah, and it's not the gig is up, you knucklehead. It's
Hey,
the jig
Sandra,
is
how you
up.
doing,
That's
bud?
the phrase. You friggin' clown.
You want to get bent over and spanked
gig-
again? Because
the
I'm
gig
here
is
for
up.
you.
The gig is up, Nathan. The gig is up. You friggin'
Oh, the gig is up, dude. I mean, there's going to be
It's
some
the
flat earth
jig is up.
knucklehead.
The jig is up is the phrase, you retard.
Gig. It's a
It's
gig,
not gig.
bro.
The phrase is the jig is up.
Well, the gig is up because he's trying to make money off this.
What
It's
a
a gig, you
knucklehead
fucking
you are.
idiot.
You're a friggin'
It is the
knucklehead.
jig is
Hey,
up.
no,
Oh, okay. I'm a
fucking
creation
90
scientist
fallacies in
here.
about 90
Oh.
minutes. Good job, you friggin' clown.
Well, we're all in a treat. 'cause
Oh,
we
wow,
didn't-
wow, that's a good one.
I love these ad homs. Those are great.
I was
It's
going to say,
wonderful.
when you're all done with the ad homs,
Yeah, Paul, go back to the Bible, bro.
let me know when
Is
you're
that
done.
the best whole argument?
He's
Bro.
a
the best advice you give.
He's a fundy. Hey, did you figure out what Gibbs free energy was yet, you friggin' clown? Why don't you tell us? What is
It's
a
really
positive
funny.
Gibbs
It's
free
really
energy?
funny that you call me a
What
fundy
is
since
a
you're a fundy
positive Gibbs
Christian.
free energy? Tell us what positive Gibbs free energy right now. Don't type anything. What is positive Gibbs free energy? Go now.
What does that have to do with fucking anything?
Now.
What does that have to do with anything?
Now.
You literally look like a turtle, and your girl looks like a.
Do you think? Listen, being a
I feel
fundy
sorry for
material,
you, kind of.
do you think ink, paper, and glue molecules can author
Oh
technical?
my god, you were saying this years ago.
Yeah,
Enoch
years ago.
2021.
Argument to
Enoch
age fallacy.
2021. Go look him
Another
up.
fallacy. Argument to age fallacy. Years ago. How do
Yeah,
you get
you were saying this
nothing?
years ago.
How do you get something from nothing from your religion, Timmy Clown?
What religion?
Big
Your
Bang.
religion. You're a fundy materialist.
Big Bang.
Who said I was a materialist?
You're either a materialist, right? There's only two choices.
Oh yeah, because it's
You're
a false
either a
dichotomy.
materialist. Shut your clown mouth. You're either a materialist or you're a creationist. Only two.
Dude, if I saw you in real life, I'd put you in the ground, bro.
I'd
Like,
rip your
seriously.
friggin' lungs
You're
out
right.
after I
Come
shove
on.
my hand down your throat. You
Oh,
friggin'
okay.
clown.
Okay,
Yeah, you
Grandpa.
clown. Yeah, you know I would. Yeah.
Yeah,
Punk
you've met your match, dude.
match.
So, should we do a bit of housekeeping?
You haven't said a damn thing, Timmy. What are you talking about?
Let's see how we get on. Any signs of Earth curvature?
Go ahead, Tim.
Oh, for sure, dude.
Not
Hey,
from
look at all the
Tennessee.
Salt Lake City observations. They all show curvature.
Let's have a look.
Yeah,
We see?
you've seen them before, dude.
Oh, right. The ones with the drone.
Oh, right. No, actually, Nathan, there's also a Nikon P900 and a Nikon D3200 and an auto level. Also, we went to the Bonneville salt flats, Nathan, and we did GPS observations and experiments.
Yeah, and we crushed
Nathan.
that on Ranty's show. Made you look like a clown that you are. It was easy. We
Yeah, you
laughed
didn't
at
debunk anything. You just went
Oh,
and
you
said
didn't
that
debunk
I had a
anything.
bunch of logical
Great
fallacies. Wow,
argument.
good job.
90 fallacies in less than 90 minutes. Great job, clown.
Yeah,
So let's
wow,
walk
I
through
can
it.
say that about you.
Wait. Just walk through it. Share your observations.
Okay, Paul, let's go through it. Paul, let's go through it. Let's see. The Bible says that God, he created the
Red
earth and
herring.
the
Red
universe.
herring fallacy. Red
Oh,
herring
red
fallacy.
herring, guys. Red herring. Guys, we're going to go with the red herring today.
Shut up, clown.
Oh, good one, dude. Hey, look, it's
Share
a
your-
little
share your-
quantum eraser here from another country. Wow.
Hey, Ranty, how
You're
you doing?
reading each other.
Good to have you,
Hey,
Ranty.
how's it going?
Very well. Seen some old faces
Yeah, I've
for
just
some
been
reason.
watching.
We're the
Sorry.
circus.
Yeah, I was just saying, I was just watching Jose's stream. He recorded the pre-show. He's uploaded it now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's nice.
he's live streaming it.
You mean his
That's good.
him getting demolished?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
that's the
yeah.
one.
Nathan's one of the best demolishers, dude. For sure, man. He's got so many facts. Facts, bro. I'm gonna send you a fax with Nathan's name on it.
Boy, you seem triggered,
I
Tim.
know. What gives? What's up?
Triggered, Timmy.
I think
Oh,
Timmy
he's got
missed
Oh,
us.
I'm triggered, guys. Hey, guys, the flat Earth,
Timmy
man. There's
missed
so
us,
many
right?
truths. There's so many truths with the flat Earth, guys. I'm so triggered right now, man.
There is
Are you
there is
gonna
something
retire
new.
after flat Earth
There is
today
something-
again? Because you keep saying you're done with flat Earth, but
Oh, thanks
somehow
for
you're
watching my channel. My name
still-
is Tim Osmond. Please subscribe, like, and give me money.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I am.
exactly.
I am
You are about
subscribed.
the most useless person
I
that's on the
know.
planet.
Go ahead,
Literally.
bro. Yeah.
You are probably
Go
the
ahead.
most
Go
ignorant,
ahead. Mm-hmm.
stupid person on the flat Earth.
I know, right?
Get it out.
This
Wow.
retard, right? Unbelievable, man.
Oh yeah.
Get it all out, Timmy. Get it out.
Share
Yeah,
your
get it out.
pain, crayon
Yep.
muncher.
Crayon muncher. I used to say this all the time.
okay,
I
okay,
still
come
say
on.
the same thing over and over
Let's
again.
stop with the ad homs.
Hey,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm happy to take your observations to pieces again if you want, Tim. Is that what you wanted?
Yeah, let's do that, Tim. Bring your observations.
Observations has been shared for over a year and a half. You guys are just fucking clowns. I'm not interested, actually. You guys,
Okay.
you know,
We're
Nathan,
fucking clowns.
money.
We're
You guys
fucking
are
clowns. Is that what you got?
Stop
Is that what
rumpusing
you got,
him.
Tim?
Just, let's find out why he's
you
here.
are the most ignorant person in flat Earth. Just shut your pie hole, dude. Just saying.
Oh, Timmy. You need a Kleenex for your feelings right now? You need a
Oh, ad
Kleenex,
homs.
Timmy?
You're gonna say I do ad homs, but Nathan continuously does ad homs towards people, and you just let him do it. Do you call
After he
him out?
destroys your arguments,
Or
sure.
are you in a cult?
Doesn't do ad homs.
Do you have any
Define ad
arguments?
hom. Hold on a second. Let this dumbass define ad hom.
Yeah,
Define it.
let's define stuff for quantum
That's
eraser.
right.
'cause
Define
you're
it.
a funny
Because I'm
Christian.
saying you don't know what it is.
You define it, Tim.
You don't know what it is, do you? You don't know what it is. Define it, clown.
An ad hominem?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, go
Yeah. Right now.
So instead of attacking the argument, I'm gonna attack the person.
Oh,
That's
you just
correct.
looked it up, right?
Spot
So
on.
how did Nathan do it?
That's spot on, pretty much.
He
What was
does
wrong
it
with
every
that?
day.
What was wrong with
Oh,
that?
really?
Hold on,
Find
both
an
of you.
example.
Hold on. What's wrong with that? That was correct. Rather than attacking the argument, you attack the person. What's wrong with that?
Nothing. Support
Fair
it
enough.
now. He claimed that you did it. Support it. How'd he do it?
I don't know. I think there's about 900 shows that you can go back
Yeah,
and
I don't
watch.
know.
Maybe you're not
Just
paying attention.
Baseless, generalized assertion fallacy.
Maybe you're
from
not
a
paying
clown.
attention, Churchy.
So you don't want us to take your pictures apart like we did last time, then? What about
Oh
axial
yeah, you took them
rotation?
apart. Let's
The subject of the moment.
see. How did you take them apart again? What'd you do?
Well, we can
Well,
do
sure,
it now if you
pull 'em
want.
up.
I can do it again.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Hard drive.
Let's just establish the
Pull
claim.
your
Is
girly ankles out.
the claim that there's an obstruction, correct?
Is there not an obstruction on my pictures?
I'm
Timmy,
asking you.
wow us all with your proofs, man.
I'm asking
Let's
you.
go.
Next question will be if the answer is yes, what is causing the obstruction would be my next question.
What is what?
Causing the obstruction.
Oh, that's very simple. With other experiments and tests that we've done here in the trap house, guys.
Did he say experiment?
Yeah, I heard that too.
Oh,
This is going to be quicker than we thought.
experiment.
Constituent parts of his experiment, Crayon Muncher.
Oh, no. We'll get to his experiment.
I
That's
need
fine.
the independent variable, I need the dependent variable, and I need the null hypothesis.
Wrong! You dumbass!
Oh, no! Have you ever done anything?
Parts of an experiment, you dumbass! Thanks for hammering yourself in the
Have
head.
you ever done anything?
You clown.
Anything?
So he asked what an experiment was, and you said null hypothesis? No.
I'm trolling because that's what you guys used to say.
Yeah, you did
No,
kind
no.
of just play yourself out, Sam. So
I'll just tell you, the three constituent parts of an experiment would be the independent variable, cause,
variable,
dependent variable, effect, and control variables.
dependent variable,
And controls, that's
and
right.
the control variable.
That's right, that's
like
correct.
Yeah, and guess what? You guys have never
It's
done
like
any of those.
Dumbass third grader would do.
Educate Timmy. Educate Timmy.
There is a new term on the block.
Oh
though.
yeah, it's educate me.
There's a
You
new
don't even know
term.
English, dude. Go back to foreigner language.
Just trying to give you a little update. There's not much news that comes around these parts. Most things are old and recycled, unfortunately. But there is something new if you want to hear it. So, the new...
Please
Right,
inform
it's
me.
not that exciting. I don't want too big a build-up. Come on. So it turns out... it turns out that the globe heads in this arena are actually science deniers.
Oh wow, you guys know science because
Would you
you're
turn
probably
fag on
flat to earthers. Yeah, totally,
You turned
dude. Oh,
fag
yeah.
on it.
Flip the script. I love it, bro.
I don't know.
Turn fag on us. Flip
It's-
your script, fag.
No, that's just the company keeps... How did the gay pride go?
Oh, that's not an ad hominem. Hey, he's ad hominem.
I know, it's a question.
Right now.
No, it's a question. You said you were going to a gay pride festival to convert homosexuals. Is that incorrect? Those were your words.
The flat Earth, dude.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
Flat Earth, bro.
That's correct. So I'm asking, how did the gay pride parade you attended to convert homosexuals to flat Earth? How did that go?
That's not a conversion. He went over to pick up. He used pickup lines.
Man, I have several girlfriends, but I'm definitely gay for sure.
I didn't suggest anything of the
I
sort.
didn't even go to that.
I didn't suggest that.
What-
I don't know why you're defending
primary
that.
school are they from?
I'd just like to say that's very telling, as I didn't in any way imply that or ask that. I asked how it went, and you're defending your sexuality. That's very telling, but I won't dwell on that too much.
Yep. Explaining an inconsequential event, Timmy. Thanks again.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Oh,
exposing-
inconsequential.
Yeah, I wasn't asking. I wasn't
Like
asking you
every
to
single
justify your
day,
sexuality. I just
yeah.
wondered if you converted any homosexuals to flat Earth. That was all.
Flat Earth. No, I didn't go, actually. I was wanting to go, but I didn't go. I also wanted to go to the climate change hoax thing that they have here every Friday. Go tell them that we should go nuke the volcanoes because they give off so much CO2.
Nuke the volcanoes.
I troll people.
How about the heliocentric spinning ball hoax?
The heliocentric model, or even the geocentric model, will always work much better empirically than the
Geocentric.
flat Earth.
Why did you explain the Coriolis effect to us, Timmy Clown?
Oh, okay. Let's go with the Coriolis. Hey, you want gravity next?
Yeah.
Well,
We've covered Earth curve. Now we're on to axial rotation. Coriolis, yes, please.
any scientific evidence of it, sure.
No, we'll do Coriolis first.
Coriolis, let's see. Well, when I shoot my 338 Magnum over
338 Magnum.
Come
what
on,
a
hold on.
dumbass.
Just give him some air.
Lapua Magnum, yeah. Yeah, I have pictures of me doing it, actually. Thanks.
Oh, I'm so
Anyway.
impressed. You mean you could shoot a gun? Wow. What a
Yeah, and
fuck-
how come all the apps actually, when you shoot over a certain distance, starts to take the Coriolis into
Making
effect, and you won't hit
1,500
your
meter
target unless you do?
deadpan. Well, you were
John,
still getting your
John,
ass
please.
wiped.
Just want to hear his example.
And I make those shots. I make those shots all the time, though, with
Yeah,
the
get the
Coriolis.
fuck out of here.
So what you?
You're on what?
Ah, God, please. Come on. So what are you saying is you're accounting for Earth rotating underneath the bullet?
That's the explanation, but it could be something else. But yes, the apps, all the apps, you can look at them. They do take it, all the variables, actually, not just Coriolis.
I see.
Yeah, sure.
So just so I'm straight. So
yeah, that's right. Show us them. Show us you doing it.
So-
Show us you doing it.
I don't need it. Just need to clarify what's being asserted. So the bullet leaves the barrel of the gun, and the Earth continues to rotate underneath the bullet once it leaves the gun. And you're saying you have to account for the fact that the Earth rotates underneath the bullet
With an app.
with an
You're
app.
shooting north to south. Yeah, and yes, like a sniper has a little buddy, a little person crunching numbers for him. Nowadays, you can have a phone that will actually do that for you.
Everybody
Hey,
just
Timmy.
let him make his
Timmy.
point.
Timmy Clown.
Oh,
Timmy.
The
God.
person.
You know when you go to a gun range, is there any signs up there that says where they account for Coriolis? Because I'd really like to see one of them.
Okay, that's lovely.
Where they account for Coriolis, Ranty.
Yeah, I'd like to see it. I'd like to see the gun range.
He's telling us
Sign
that.
outside.
Hold on, Ranty. He's telling us that. He's saying he has to account for Coriolis. He is this example. His
No, he said
first-hand
he uses an
example.
app.
His first-hand example is him accounting for it. The amount he gets from the app is irrelevant. He's saying he has to account for it. The way he gets the numbers is from an app, and then he adjusts and makes the shot. That's his example, first-hand example. My question would be that given that you're accounting for Earth rotating underneath a bullet when it leaves the barrel of a gun, wouldn't that also necessitate Earth rotating underneath an aeroplane when it leaves the ground like the bullet leaves the gun?
No, it's powered. And, Rumpus and all these people have actually told you this many times. Many times. It's not a ballistic, okay? It's very simple.
I
very
see.
simple.
So the fact that an aeroplane is powered, so therefore hand gliders have the Earth rotating underneath them then?
Perhaps. I haven't looked that up. Perhaps.
Perhaps.
Yes.
So you are under the impression that you can jump on a hang glider and then, so long as you can stay in the air, you could travel from, say, Charlotte, North Carolina to LA in about an hour and a half just by staying in the air on a hang glider. You think that?
Bro, I'll do more, man. I'll visit you in UK, dude. I'll be like, hey, 1,000 miles an hour, I'm gliding right towards you, bro. That's what we'll do.
So can you explain this powered flight difference between the hang glider and the aeroplane? If it's left the non-inertial spinning reference frame, how is it any different whether or not you've got an engine attached?
Probably because the airplane is actually using its four forces to stay afloat, and a ballistic is going to be a different situation.
You told us
Okay,
that the
no
color
worries.
of
So
the
hold on. Can we stop the laughing? I just want to understand. So you're saying if it's powered flight, it won't experience Coriolis. So if I've got a drone and I just launch it off the ground, and you've got a non-inertial spinning reference frame underneath, you won't see Coriolis because it's got a blade or it's flying with an engine. Is that correct?
Affirmative.
No, that's wrong.
So, darn.
Yeah,
to a
you
flat
see-
earther? Okay.
It's okay. You've got two choices now, Tim. Either I can explain why you're wrong, or you can talk through every single word I say. That's up to you. Jose chose to talk through everything. We'll see how you get on. So, in my example, with a drone on a non-inertial spinning reference frame, The example could be demonstrated quite simply with a roundabout and a drone.
Oh God, here we go.
Already talking through me, I see, Tim. Like Jose. Struggling, triggered, Fundy belief being shattered.
I'm not going.
Time for rumpusing? I would think so. I'd think this would be the point when I destroy your argument that you need to talk
I'm
through
gonna go on
me.
Jose's. You can catch me on Jose's.
Yeah,
if
you
you're
deserve it. You're a retard just like them. Get out of here.
I'd like to get to the end. Oh, he's run away.
Clown, you run away.
No rumpusing. I want to come to the conclusion of the point. I didn't say Earth. I just said non-inertial spinning reference frame. He automatically assumed Earth because he doesn't have any deviation in that example. I didn't say Earth because I was immediately going to use a roundabout where a drone being powered makes fuck all difference to whether or not you'll see deviation. Of course, on Earth, with the same exact parameters, we don't see deviation. On a roundabout, we do. So that's a massive problem and why he's incorrect. Having a rotor and a motor won't stop a drone from deviating when it leaves a roundabout. It will. That's Coriolis effect. It won't on Earth because Earth isn't spinning. But Tim slipped up big time and had to run away with his tail between his legs when his concise argument he placed without rumpusing got demolished here by me. Very troubling for the fundies like Jose and Tim, who decided to make a reappearance for some reason. Earth's not spinning.
You just missed us.
I think I counted, as soon as it came in, I think I counted like 4 or 5 balances right off the bat.
I mean, the globe is looking pretty bad, guys. This is what you got. This is what you send in.
All they can do is roll. All they can do is roll.
Do you mean despair?
Thank you for joining, though, Tim. Nice to have you back on the show.
Nathan, I think Timmy was the one having nightmares last night.
Yeah, it's because we're never going to be accused of being science deniers ever again, but the globe heads will, and I think this has struck a nerve. Nobody wants to be called a science denier, and when every argument you put forth uses pseudoscience that used to be called the proof of Earth spinning and the proof of Earth sphericity, unfortunately your proof is seeded in pseudoscience now, isn't it, fundies? And when we come to describing what science is, we're told science doesn't prove things. Yes, it does. We're told science isn't establishing cause. Yes, it is. We're told things like an independent variable can be location. No, it isn't. That's real science that's being denied by fundies. So the globeheads on this argument, they're science deniers. Globeheads, not flat earthers. We're talking real science on the flat earth side of this argument.
Don't forget, Nathan, time can be an independent variable too. Don't forget that when you say that. Just don't forget.
Yeah, to somebody that's reified the bending of a conceptual medium known as space-time into a non-force, force that you can think of as a force but isn't actually a force called gravity, then you're going to assert that time's an independent variable when it's in fact a concept. You can't bend concepts.
Guys still there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Timmy clown idiot. 3 years ago, I was on Gem Panda show. Me, Cathexis, I think it was Timmy Clown, a couple other knuckleheads on the show. About 35 minutes in explaining to Gem Panda what the Coriolis effect was, right? Timmy got it real quick, right? Surprisingly, because he's retarded, but he did get it. And he was laughing at Gem Panda, right? For not being able to friggin' reconcile it. Right. So Timmy knows this, but he just continues to whistle past the graveyard, play his little bitch moves. Right. That's always he's got nothing. Friggin' stars spinning idiot.
He didn't actually say anything.
Didn't say anything? What do you mean?
Well, from a point of bolstering his position, he didn't say anything.
I think
You asked him to put out an argument for his position, and all he did was ad hom.
Well, Tentman science is on our side. There is nothing for him to say.
Well, I think the science denier statement has got a lot of these globers. I to have him come on the show today, and after John Thor's video of you talking about that, it's not a coincidence.
Well, he exposed himself again, right? I asked him, what are the 3 constituent parts of an experiment? He said, you know, his little bitch-made voice, independent variable, dependent variable. Then he said, null hypothesis. What a knucklehead. You'd fail 5th grade general science, Timmy Clown, and 3rd grade basic reasoning. Hard.
I think that it was very, very good that Timmy came here to show how desperate he is in his globehead situation.
No, it's good that he shared his pain.
It was
I
actually
agree.
nice for him to come on here and just
been...
insult us with no arguments. Absolutely.
We're here to help these people. You know, it's nice that he shared his pain. It's the first step in a step to recovery, you know, and we're here for you, Tim.
Yep. Sure.
There is no recovery. There is no recovery. It's only way they could do it is a full lobotomy.
They don't like being called science deniers. Jose comes on, Timmy comes on. There was a boycott going on. The boycott's over. They're pour salt in our wounds by calling us science deniers. We got to stop that.
Hey, you know what, Ant-Man? Shout out to Neil deGrasse Tyson. You're a science denier. Come on here.
They're all science deniers.
Well, they have to know what it is first to deny
words
it.
out my mouth.
They don't even know what it is.
Exactly. They're going to have a struggle to deny something they don't understand, which is often the case in these arguments between flat earthers who know what they're talking about and globeheads that are basically science deniers, as we're calling them. However, the reality when you dig below that layer of the onion is that they don't actually know what science is. So denying it, they don't know what it is first of all. They need to know what it is first to deny it, and they don't. They haven't got a vaguest idea, as demonstrated quite eloquently by Tim. Null hypothesis? That's not part of an experiment.
Yeah, that's Timmy. Poor desperate Timmy.
Unbelievable.
He's
Love it.
Talk.
I love it. Just let them open their mouths, man. It's all you got to do. Just let them talk. And everyone sees them. They're exposed for the whole world to see, man. I hope some new people are watching this.
For the benefit of the audience, that's what go-pets are. Clowns.
Well, how many times have we heard on video them saying science doesn't prove anything?
When they were
On
saying
video, I've had them tell me that.
Oh my God.
Good job, Vanilla.
I'm
on mute.
Science doesn't prove things right on their videos, but for 3 years they were telling us that we have to deny all of science, right? Obviously, because it proved their heliocentric spinning ball-tard space monkey religion. So how can it prove, in one sense, for 2.5 years, their heliocentric spinning ball space monkey religion, and now it doesn't prove things? Which one is it?
Well, they've always had pseudoscience for that proof. And so when it comes to real science, they have to fight it because it doesn't prove it.
Yeah, globeheads are scared that we're educating the audience.
Like I said, it's reaching critical mass now. You got everyone attacking them with it. Like I said, I'm just sitting back here smiling, right? Because you clowns, clinical level, Dunning-Kruger, wiki, Discovery Channel parroting pretender clowns, the jig is up. The jig, not the gig.
The gig is up.
covered by the warm
That's
blanket
bullshit.
of the scientific method.
I don't think you should dwell on the gig is up. I mean, it's a mute point.
No,
Did
you
he?
have, you can
Did you
have,
hear me before? I said I'm on mute.
I heard you, Chocolate.
no, I didn't catch it. Are you going to explain it?
No, I'm on mute.
Apparently, Mr. Timmy Clown doesn't understand the difference between mute and moot. Two different words, Timmy.
Yeah. For about, I don't know, it was a couple years. Cathexis and I, we would go on moot and laugh our ass off at him. And we wouldn't correct him because it was so damn funny that he would say, "Why don't you just go on moot?" and confuse the two words. It's a clown show, right? And the funniest part of it is these guys think they're some type of intellectuals. That's the truly hilarious part of this, man.
Well, isn't it that the exact Dunning-Kruger symptom?
Yeah, that's Dunning-Kruger to a T. Yes.
Well, Bill G posted in chat that they found pressure at the edge of the solar system. I said, well, why don't you demonstrate it? And he didn't respond. I mean, we can have a vacuum here in a good experiment, and you could introduce air pressure to a vacuum, and we'll see if it works. I'm sorry. We already did that. It fills the available volume. Sorry, Bill.
Vacuum.
I think now they have pressure all over the whole model. Scientific pressure.
Scientific pressure? What the hell is that?
Just playing with words and their meanings.
Just attaching
Sorry.
attach the word scientific to something that you've got a gross failing for in your model, and then Bob's your uncle.
Yeah.
Scientific unicorns.
Hey, Bill G, don't respond to my statement. Demonstrate it, please. Demonstrate gas pressure next to a vacuum. 10 to the minus 17 torr vacuum, by the way. Demonstrate it.
I need to get a screenshot of that picture that they said was taken when, I think it was Voyager, turned around or something to that effect and took a picture of Earth from, like, I think it was from Saturn, some far out in the claimed solar system bullshit with them by a planet, looking at Earth as a single dot. So I need that image, and I'll put it up on part of the screenshots and say, right, so you're saying no, Earth's got a gradient, and like in that particular image, you know, the moon would be basically right next to Earth. It would make sod all difference to the scale because it's a couple of pixels in a massive image. So therefore you go, right, what's this black bit here then? Oh, 10 to the minus 17 torr, and this little pixel here, that's got gas pressure, has it? Oh yeah, why isn't it going into the vacuum? Gradient. You see how long that argument lasts with that visual on.
A gradient is the answer.
Yeah, Bill G says that I misread or didn't follow chat correctly. He's saying now, I am not saying it's real. I'm just saying they are saying it, 10th man. Why are you saying it at all without any proof?
Earth is obviously an observably flat. Space is fake. It doesn't exist. Gravity is a lot of nonsense.
Music to my ears.
So, Bill G, do you believe the Earth is flat, or are we a sphere? Which one is it? I'm confused based on the way you're responding to your own chat.
Maybe he's confused as well.
Do we still have Discord?
Yeah, very quiet.
Discordians, Globetardian Discordians, come off moot and share your pain.
I think that's all you're going to get.
Until the show ends.
Crickets are scared.
I said this yesterday after the show finished. I've got no issue with there being no challenge to anything we provide here, generally speaking, from the people in Discord. You know, no worries. This is nice and easy.
There
and
is
stress-free.
absolutely no challenge to any of them. They have no answers for them.
No, quite right.
Okay, Bill G, I know you're saying it because they're saying it, but what do you believe? Can you just tell me what you believe? That's dancing around the question.
Are you talking to me?
Talking to a guy in the chat who, I don't know Bill G's position. He might be a flatty, he might be a globehead. But there's going to be, again, I think, a slight shift in the chat on account of the fact that just admitting that you're a globehead here now comes with a fairly high chance of a pummeling from the chat itself. Most of the people in the regular chat, especially on this live show, we're in the second channel, so the audience tends to be that much more focused. You know, they watch for a greater period, and I would imagine that if you're a fundy here in the chat, not to mention the fact that 10th man's scratching at the, chomping at the bit to get at them as well, you're going to get a fair old pummeling if you assert some fundy globehead belief. So it might be that he just doesn't want to say, yeah, I'm a globehead, so everyone pounces all over him. And who can blame him at the moment?
No. Bill G's a flatty. I know Bill G.
Sure, I'm not saying that he is a reason. I'm just saying that there's going to be a general feeling from the chat if you're a globehead that you're going to get your head kicked in.
Oh yeah. The Globetards, they don't fare very well against our regular chat audience. I mean, these guys get in there and just get destroyed, hammered hard. So
here, shout out to Bill G. I was artillery for 4 years in the Marines, and no Coriolis and Earth curve isn't taken into account. Good one. Now I know where you stand, Bill G.
Shout out to Bill G.
Bill G is cool. Shout out to Bill G. Shout out to Dave Rakia, Gafford. Shout out to Cleary. Shout out to all the real flat earth heads holding it down in the chat, destroying these globers that can't come in the chat and make any points because they get murdered immediately. Shout out to all of y'all.
Yeah. Shout out to John Thor for making Timmy very, very scared.
Shout out to Timmy for coming in here looking mad nervous.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Looking mad suspect and nervous and just like, what's going on here, buddy?
I didn't get
Flat
it
Earth
either.
didn't phase you. I thought you were retired already.
I didn't understand that at all, Chocolate. What was that all about? I was trying to find out his motivation so we didn't have to divine it now, but I hope to get to that point because I was like, this is very strange.
I have no idea. I don't know. I haven't seen Timmy in the last time he was here. I don't know what's going on with that guy. Every other day, or the last time I heard, I'm done with flat Earth, and I don't know. I don't know what he's about. But it was quite cute that Jose came on this morning with his little tantrum, and then this clown follows afterwards. So yeah, I don't know. Correlation is not causation, but coincidence? I don't know.
Oh, well, he was very welcome. I was glad to have him here. It was nice to argue about some of the points. Obviously, he's reluctant to argue points he knows he's going to lose on, which is all of them.
What I think now is like when you have a rat nest and when you like lift a big stone and there's like hundreds of rats and they all start running in all different directions. I think it's what we're seeing now with the globeheads.
I'm not sure if Tim made a point. Did he?
Nope.
No.
Yeah, he did. He made a point that he has no point.
The only point Timmy did is that he's in despair.
Did you say this pair as a Neil deGrasse Tyson pair?
Wow.
Gold. Despair.
He was disorange in Ranty's book, wasn't it?
He was this orange in Ranties?
Yeah, in the book from about 100 years ago, Ranty presented it about 2 or 3 days ago, and when they're qualifying how the heliocentric model should be argued, it was described as being like an orange, oblate spheroid. Think of it as like an orange. Words to that effect.
Orange, we got a pear, but we still don't have measurable curvature. It's weird.
Yeah, we didn't even get to that on Tim's observation. I was trying to lead him into a point where we were talking about what was going to cause the obstruction that he claimed. So we could say, oh no, you're using an arbitrary position where the sky appears to meet the ground and reifying it into the edge of a sphere that's causing your obstruction at the point of diffraction. That's unfortunate. Reification fallacy. We didn't get that far though.
Nah.
Of course. I like that he left at the point that I had him, because I didn't qualify which non-inertial spinning reference frame wasn't going to give us a deviation with powered flight. And as soon as I said roundabout, he went. Great.
Yeah, your dismantlement of Coriolis arguments is just fantastic now.
I've got to the point that I can lead them now. Lead them where, because I know all their arguments inside out, so I can lead them where I want them for the next example. And to the point where Tim's just going to leave. He knows he's lost. It's like, great.
Well, their argument between powered flight and non-powered flight is so ridiculous, as if the Earth knows what to stop for and what to move for.
Well, do you heard?
Excuse me. According to Globetard Brenda, a glider is considered powered flight.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, she didn't know how to get around that. To his credit, Tim did a much better job, because he was like, maybe. And what am I going to do? Go, oh, I've been on a hang glider and it doesn't do that. So he did a lot better. To his credit.
I heard the baby with the upward flexion. Yeah.
But did you hear Timmy went explaining that the plane flies during its 4 powers or something in that manner, or 4 forces? What?
But they sound like they actually think, by using the word powered, that it gives them an out. If the Earth is rotating underneath, it's rotating under everything, whether it's powered or not. This is so dumb.
Was the football that Mr. deGrasse was talking about, was that powered flight? Because apparently that showed deviation, right? I mean,
yeah.
So was that powered?
Well,
No.
Is the hot air balloon powered?
No. His argument would be the pendulum, gyroscope, his bullet, and a football aren't powered flight. Therefore, there's no way for them to counteract any deviation that you'd see from the non-inertial reference frame and aren't going to experience from the plane. But nevertheless, you wouldn't need to account for that, which you would not see in this argument from Tim. So therefore, the plane isn't going to experience any Coriolis effect. Well, at that point, I was like, okay, so you're saying that a drone can take off from a non-inertial spinning reference frame and not experience any deviation? His answer, yes. Oh, so my drone on a roundabout goes up and it doesn't deflect? Wrong.
And how is a hot air balloon powered?
Gas pressure inside of a container.
It's
right.
To which side of the balloon? There is no vector.
Don't say container.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
No, the balloon.
No.
The balloon is the container.
No. What the one's cleverly done there is say the argument would suggest that, forget my roundabout demolition, I've given that. We're at the point where you say, no, you don't see any deviation in powered flight helicopter, it can hover. Oh, right, okay. So not powered, i.e. bullet, or hang glider, or hot air balloon, will see deviation. So we see deviation in a hot air balloon then, because that's not classed as powered, right? No, we don't see any deviation in that either. Right on the one. Nice example.
Well, I think it's just hang time. And if you have an airplane, you have more hang time because of the power. If you have a bullet, you have less time in the air because obviously it's not continuous. But the Earth is still spinning underneath both if the Earth is still spinning.
Yeah,
but it's not.
Correct. The problem being that powered flight, that is their get out, when in reality powered flight extends the hang time and gives you a greater deviation. Of course. Yes. But they just say, oh no, because it's powered, there will be no deviation.
I love it.
That's so good.
Well, it might be flowered for them because they're trying to peddle something.
Flowered pite. That's what it is.
Flowered pite.
It's nonsense.
He's a schmuck.
But he missed us, apparently.
I think it's Nathan every night.
We're asking almost the impossible here when they make known the insufficiency of their cognitive.
There's still questions I have as far as.
Go on, go ahead. Questions you have what?
Sorry, I didn't. Okay, sorry. I didn't know if I was cutting somebody off. Still have questions about exactly what satellites are, man. I mean, I work for a company and I point at something every single day. I know they're not what I'm told. And, you know, I've talked to people who actually do the internet portion where they have those dishes that are almost pointed directly towards the ground. And if you're in like country, you know, you'll see those silos at farms where they have the antennas on top of them. Well, I've asked guys that work for those, so well, what do you do if you have a place where you have no line of sight? And they say, well, what I can do is if there's a place next to that place where I'm coming from, I can actually point towards their dish and piggyback off them in order to get signal. I thought that was really interesting and thought that there's one thing that I want to try, which I just haven't had the time, man, is use a wing dish to point at one of our dishes to see if I can get any kind of signal off it.
Wouldn't they just claim it's being relayed, as in it's travelling the shorter distances around the curve?
Yeah, but it's still ground-based from the internet portion, because that's why, I mean, you'll see like every 15 miles, you'll see a tower.
Yeah, no, I appreciate what you're saying. I mean, I mentioned this a few shows gone by about Robin Poe and my interview with her, where she's talking about linking up radio relays, and yeah, they're ground to ground. These transceivers that she's connecting have a set distance to give you the relay. Let's say it's the same as these ground antennas at 15 miles. But upon not being able to get one of those relays, which is what you're describing getting, and the argument from their side will be, no, it's just relaying around the curve. But in her instance, she couldn't get the relay, so she pointed back at the point source, the original transmission, 115 miles away, and got a connection. Now, in that case, when you're travelling from point to point, you're proving Earth's flat. There's no obstruction between the transmissions. But if you're picking up from another dish, you're just going to be picking up a relay, which could be easily argued is just, you know, it's going from one point without any obstruction, because there wouldn't be any over this short distance, and then the next point, and then the next point. So unless you can find the original transmission, it's not really going to be proving much. Sorry.
And Robert Bassano and I over 3 years ago, identified that these satellites, what they call satellites, they're all on balloons. I mean, this is 2015, early 2016 arguments.
I get it, man. It's just that I can't. Some things I just can't wrap my head around. I mean, no matter what man says, I choose to believe God over man. I know this isn't where that's at, but I'm just saying. But it's just some things that I can't wrap my head around because I work with them every day. And I know that there's places where I think I have a perfectly clear line of sight and I can't hit squat. And that baffles me. But then I get to places where I'm like, there's no way I'm going to get something. Yet I have, I mean, hugely high signals. I mean, it's just insane.
What's your question?
What am I pointing at, I guess? I mean, I'm like just, you know, it's just, it just seems like it's actually going to a place in the sky, but it's like, I'm wondering if there's another thing that's pointed in the same place where that's where I'm getting my transmission from, where it's just like a focus of that signal, and it's not really like there's, yeah, man, I don't know, man. It's just some things, man, I just can't wrap my head around.
Are you referring to something that's like bounced from parts of the atomic plane, or?
Absolutely, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, you know, it's just, you know, I don't know if it's an actual object up there that I'm actually hitting. I think it's just a point of location of where these signals are meeting. You have one that's transmitting and then one that's receiving. Because all the dishes that I use, they only receive unless I'm doing internet, which is a completely different dish because it does have a transmit and a receive.
Can I ask you something on that Ryzen?
Absolutely.
About the transmitter, is that directional or is it omnidirectional?
I know it comes in a different phase. It doesn't come in up and down. It comes in like side to side. I forget what it's actually called. But I know that you have to cock the dish in order for those signals to separate at a certain skew. So you have to actually, there's a skew, azimuth, and elevation. So you have to skew the dish on those, because normally if you're only pointing at one signal, you keep your dish at 90 and done. But whenever you're doing internet, when you have transmit and receive, you have to cock it a little bit in order to separate those two so those transmissions don't, you know, conflict.
Well, we know what it's not. We know that it's not hunks of metal flying around Narnia. So it's definitely not.
I absolutely agree with you, John. I absolutely, and I love you guys, man. I really appreciate all of you guys, man. I listen to you all the time. I can't be on here very long. I'm just getting my my vehicle, my van, oil change, and I had a second, man. It's the first time I've ever been on, but I listen to you guys daily, both of you guys, man. I appreciate your channel too, Quantum. You guys are awesome.
Well, thank you. Hey,
Yeah, thanks.
while you're getting your van fixed, go ahead and ask the mechanic. Ask him if you can get the tire pressure, but you don't want to buy the tire. You just need the pressure, right? You can't afford the tire.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's okay to turn to your Bible. I'll have to say that.
Yep, absolutely. I choose to believe God over man, no matter what. That's
Wise move.
Yeah, man, we appreciate you too, brother.
Yeah. Cheers for coming up.
Discord Globetardians, come off mute and share your pain.
It might be good to move them into the after show. We're still on the live stream.
They're still in the live stream? Okay, I'll move them.
No, we're still live. Just keep it as is for now.
Never mind, sorry. Never mind.
We'll be ending shortly, about 3 or 4 minutes.
Oh, wow.
We'll go into the after show.
Yeah.
Watching. Hold on. just because I've said that now, if you're watching on Nathan Oakley 1980, don't go anywhere. There will be an after show.
Well, I'm going to start
4 more
referring to
hours.
them. I'm going to start referring to them as science deniers.
Spot on.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Didn't we already go over this?
We did, but I think
Well,
it's just an affirmation of what we've all come to the conclusion of. Basically, 2015, 16, 17, we were told science proves the Earth is a sphere. Now, they're telling us that science doesn't prove anything, and how their pseudoscience doesn't need to prove cause. In other words, globetards are science deniers.
Yeah, they're used to globetards, they're used to globies, globe zombies, but now 2019 science deniers.
Yes, reality deniers. Because science goes along hand with reality. Scientific method. That's what progressed humanity. Not beliefs in flying balls in Narnia.
Hey, is this show going out live?
Yep.
Hey, I got a shameless plug. Today, 2 p.m. U.S. Central, 8 p.m. UK on the Quantum Eraser channel, we have inertia versus mole versus mass. Be here, Quantum Eraser channel, or be sphere.
Cool, very good plug. Just for
Sounds
those,
like a...
Just hold on. Just for those watching on Nathan Oakley 1980, who will be watching this on Friday, you'll have an episode of Bullbusters airing at 2 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. UK on Saturday. So again, Quantum Eraser channel, be here or be sphere.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to watch, Huey. I'll be there and not going to be sphere.
Cool. With that, I will say, if you are watching this on Nathan Oakley 1980 channel, then stay tuned, as there will be an after show to follow. Unfortunately, if you're watching this live on the Nathan Oakley channel, then this is where we bid you farewell. A huge, massive, enormous thank you to all of you who smashed the super chat, liked, commented, shared, subscribed, and all that good stuff. Be sure to check out nathanoakley.com and the Flat Earth Debate Forum to keep up to date with the community debate. Again, a massive thank you to all of today's debating panel for making this live show possible. Stay tuned if you're watching on Nathan Oakley 1980. I think someone's just smashed the super chat. Let's see who that was. Just give you a quick shout out. If I can find you. No, I can't. I'll have to give you a shout out on the after show. So massive thanks to all of you who tuned in on Nathan Oakley. Stay tuned if you're watching on Nathan Oakley 1980. I've been Nathan Oakley, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!